Good afternoon, friends. We're going through our second chapter, that is Fundamentals of Banking. This is the paper that we're learning through. The second chapter is the functions of the banks. The syllabus for this chapter is functions of the banks, like primary and secondary functions, types of account holders, opening and operating deposit accounts, transfer and closure of accounts. So today's lecture will be going through the functions of the banks, which are primary and secondary functions of the bank. You must keep in mind that the best definition of banks is the given definition that I've given over here. Bank is an institution that accepts deposits, advances loans, and returns the deposits on demand through cash check or demand draft. It is called as a bank. Any institution that accepts deposits, that advances loans out of those deposits, and that returns the deposits on demand through cash, check, and demand draft. Here, for me, the use of the word check is the most important word which you must look for in the definition. So the use of the word check is very important in case of defining an institution as bank or not bank. So there are many other institutions. For example, there are insurance companies, or there are cooperative societies that also accept deposit, or that also grant loans out of the deposits. But cooperative societies or the insurance companies or the leasing companies, they cannot extend any sort, they cannot provide the facility of checkbook to their customers. Checkbooks are only issued by banks themselves. So use of checkbooks is the most important or distinguishing feature of banks, you can say. तर बँकाच फक्त चेकबुक इश्यू करू शकतात, हे मात्र आपण लक्षात ठेवलं पाहिजे. इतरही अनेक संस्था असतात की दोज हू ॲक्सेप्ट डिपॉझिट्स अँड ग्रँट लोन्स आउट ऑफ दोज डिपॉझिट्स, बट banks are the only institution which can provide the customers with a checkbook. Okay. So, you know that the definition of banks says that banks accept deposits. You know there are many types of deposits. Secondly, banks extend loans or advances, and third is that they give the facility to their customers that they can get their money back on demand. So these are the three important functions of the banks. But there are many other functions that the banks do currently. You know that like our heart in our body, banks play the role of heart in the economy. All the pure and impure blood comes to the heart. Similarly, all the pure or legal or illegal money flows into the heart of the economy, that is the banking or financial sector. And from there it reaches to those all other sectors where there is the need of money. Banks today do many other functions than just accepting deposits and giving loans. Banks work as agent of the customers and provide many agency functions, for example, collecting your dividends or executing your bills or many other things. Similarly, banks provide many general utility services like safe deposit vaults, or banks provide you with payment gateways, banks provide you with demand drafts, banks provides you NEFT and RTGS, that is electronic fund transfer services. So these are nowadays you can pay many sorts of bills on banks, you can repay your loans, you can buy insurance, you can invest into mutual funds, you can invest into stock market, you can invest into gold using your banking services. So these are the very diverse functions that the banks 2. So, what are the primary functions and why are they called as primary functions? So, this is what remains to be seen. So, these are the two most important primary functions of the bank. Whenever the question is there that what are the primary functions of banks, the answer is accepting deposits and granting loans and advances. So, here I have written that accepting deposits payable on demand, but not all deposits are payable on demand. For example, fixed deposits or recurring deposits, they are not payable on demand. For that, in general conditions, there is a fixed maturity date, so banks have to adhere to that date, and only after the maturity or completion of that date, banks can issue the money to the customer. But generally, savings deposit, current deposit, that we're going to see ahead, that banks accept deposits and grant loans. So there are many other functions that banks do, as I have told you. Now here we come to the primary functions, and the first function is accepting deposits. So the deposits can be again classified into two types of deposits, three types of deposits, sorry. First is demand deposit, second is time deposit, and third is auto sweep or flexi deposits. So demand deposits are such deposits where whenever the customer puts in some money into those deposits, the customer has the right to get his money back without any delay, or he can get his money back on demand. So which are such deposits? The first deposit is saving deposits or saving account as we call it. Second is current deposit and current account. And third deposit is no frills account or Janadhana accounts. So this is not a different account, but it's a saving account. We'll watch it into details. So first we'll go into details of the saving deposits. Saving deposits are opened by general customers like all men, women, minors. Everybody can open a saving account. Individuals can open saving accounts. So for the purpose of saving, they can put in money any number of time, but they can withdraw money over the counter for only twice a week. म्हणजे की सेविंग अकाउंटमध्ये the customer can deposit money any number of time during a week. एका आठवड्यात त्याला कितीही वेळा पैसे टाकता येतात, but he can withdraw that money only twice a week. एका आठवड्यातून फक्त 2 वेळा ओव्हर द काउंटर बँकेत जाऊन स्लिप भरून विड्रॉल स्लिप भरून पैसे काढण्याची त्याला परवानगी दिलेली असते. तिसऱ्या चौथ्या वेळेस गेला तर बँक कॅन रिजेक्ट द पेमेंट. बट नाउ डेज यू नो that most of the people are making use of ATM machines or point of sale machines or methods like Google Pay or Paytm. So this restriction does not hold true today, but still you can say that this is the restriction on the savings account that we have. So savings account are opened by general public. So the other features are that when you open a saving account, they provide you with a checkbook. If you are admit that you will maintain sufficient minimum account balance every month, then they also provide you with a credit or debit card as your request or as the services of the bank merited. Then the second type of account is current accounts. So current accounts are opened by proprietors, by companies, by corporations, by firms or business units or trading service owners. So these are the current accounts. Current accounts are opened by businessmen. So in short, current accounts are the accounts of the businessmen. So they can deposit money any number of time and they can withdraw money any number of time. This is the distinguishing feature of current account from capital account, current account from the savings account. One more feature that is very distinguishing feature of the current account, and that feature is that the facility of overdraft. So what happens that sometimes a businessman deposits some checks or other money, so the checks need some time for clearing, but in between if he had given any check and the amount balance in his account is a bit less, so the banks honor the check of the current account holder depending on his previous credit history, तर थोड्या काळासाठी बँक काय करते, त्याच्या अकाउंटवर नसणारे सुद्धा पैसे त्याला कर्जाऊ म्हणून दिल्यासारखं करते, शॉर्ट टर्म क्रेडिट दिल्यासारखं. आणि ज्यावेळेस त्या करंट अकाउंट होल्डरचा चेक वगैरे येतो, तर बँक काय करते, आपले पैसे ऑटो डेबिट करून घेते. तर अशा प्रकारची जी ओव्हरड्राफ्ट फॅसिलिटी असते, सो दॅट इज गिवन टू द करंट अकाउंट होल्डर. सो द फीचर्स काय आहेत करंट अकाउंटचे, दॅट दे आर ओपन बाय बिझनेसमॅन, deposits and withdrawals any number of time, and the use of overdraft facility. So these are three distinguishing features of the current account. The third account is no frills account. So no frills account is again another account. So as you know, as I just told you, that if you open a saving account, what do they give you? They give you with a passbook, they provide you with a debit card or ATM card, they also provide you with a checkbook. So this ATM card and this checkbook, so they are the frills or extra services that are given to the customers. But no frills account, so if you open Janadhana accounts or no frills account, this was the scheme opened by the Manmohan Singh government when he was Prime Minister over there in 2012. So such accounts are opened by the marginal persons in the economy. For example, those who are very new to banking, like students or the old age people who do not know how to use other services, so and who do not have sufficient money to keep as minimum account balance, but still they can make use of banking services. For that, such accounts were used to get open. No frills accounts. The frills means unnecessary benefits. So benefits which are not necessarily given. So no frills account means no frills attached, no unnecessary goods are provided with that account, like debit cards or checkbooks. But nowadays banks invariably provide you with debit card whenever you open an account. So debit card can't be considered as a frills anymore. But still, if you open a Janadhana account, so banks do not provide you with a checkbook. So they provide you with a checkbook only if you accept that you will maintain a minimum account balance and pay requisite charges. So these are the three types of demand deposits. So if you need to open, if you open these accounts and if you present any withdrawal request with the bank will provide you with the money without any delay. So that's why they are called as demand deposits. So this is the main distinguishing features of demand deposits, that the money is paid on demand only. The second thing is, the second type is time deposits. Now you know what is time deposit. Time deposits means the deposit which is kept for some period of time. For example, say 1 year, 2 year, or 6 months, 5 months, 3 months, 2 months, so even a week also. But if you give that money for a fixed duration to a bank, it is called as fixed deposit. We all know that many people do fixed deposits into bank. Banks offer a good rate of interest, like these days it has reduced a bit. It is around 550 rate of interest, 550 percentage of rate of interest, but that interest is very low, but still people prefer to keep their money safely into the banks in the form of fixed deposits. Second sorts of deposits are recurring deposits. So what are recurring deposits? Recurring deposits are like in fixed deposits, what you do, you invest a fixed sum of money, for example 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees for a fixed period of time. For example, you invest 1 lakh rupees for a period of 1 year. So the amount that you have deposited into the bank is fixed. Whereas in case of the recurring deposits, the amount that you are going to invest, you invest that amount every month. For example, you deposit 5,000 rupees every month. So at the end of the year, you will be having 60,000 rupees. So you will get the interest on your total deposits at the end of the period. So, but recurring deposits, what they do, recurring deposits help a person to save or generate saving habits into common or people. That's why many businessmen or many salaried people, they also open recurring deposit accounts. So त्यामुळे काय होतं की दे प्रमोट द हॅबिट ऑफ सेविंग इन टू कॉमन पीपल. सामान्य लोकांमध्ये बचतीची सवय लागावी म्हणून त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो रिकरिंग डिपॉझिट्स, त्याला शॉर्टमध्ये आर डी असं म्हणतो. जनरली आर डीज आर रिकरिंग डिपॉझिट्स ऑफ द पोस्टल डिपार्टमेंट आर क्वाईट फेमस. की पोस्ट ऑफिसच्या रिकरिंग डिपॉझिट त्याला आर डी असं म्हणतो, त्या फार फेमस आहेत. मराठीत त्याला आवर्ती ठेवी असं म्हणलं जातं, बिकॉज दे आर अकरिंग अगेन अँड अगेन, रिअकरिंग म्हणजेच रिकरिंग डिपॉझिट्स. तर अशा प्रकारचे डिपॉझिट्स, रिकरिंग डिपॉझिट्सवरचा जो रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट असतो तो कमी असला तरी तो इफेक्टिवली जास्त असतो. तर ते तुम्हाला नंतर लक्षात येईल. Then the third type of deposits are called as auto sweep deposits. So these deposits, that's a very interesting category. So they include some of the characteristics of demand deposits and some characteristics of time deposits. They are also called as flexi deposits. Suppose you have an amount of 5 lakh rupees kept into your saving account. So you don't withdraw that money many often. So such deposit account, what do they do? So for the time being, when you have kept that money into your saving account, they are treated as time deposits or fixed deposits, and you earn a higher rate of interest. If you keep money in saving accounts, I forgot it there, that on saving accounts you get a nominal rate of interest. These days 3% per annum is the rate of interest that is offered on saving deposit by some banks, most of the banks. But you don't get any interest on the money kept as current account. You also get interest on no frills account deposits, but you don't get any interest on current deposits. So out of these 4 or 5 categories, only current accounts are the accounts where you don't get any interest income. So to maximize the interest on the saving accounts, so what banks do, banks have started with a new type of deposit account, which is called as auto sweep or flexi deposits. So what does bank do? So if the money is there for say 15 days or 20 days, after that particular number of days, banks convert your demand deposits into the saving deposit accounts into fixed deposit, and they pay you higher rate of interest for that period. So if you need to withdraw that money, which is now kept as fixed deposit, you just have to make a request to the bank. Bank will convert that deposit into a demand deposit or saving deposit once again, and you will get back your money. So this way the customer gets the benefit of higher rate of interest. Right. So now we have gone through the deposits and various types of deposits. They are saving accounts, current account, fixed deposits, then recurring deposits and flexi deposits. So these were the deposits. Now the second primary function, that is of advancing loans. Advancing loans means giving loans. Banks give loans out of the deposits that they have collected from the people. So bank give various types of loans or various types of advances. So first type of advances is term loans. Term loan, so any loan which is greater than say 5 years, so you can consider it as the term loan or long-term loan. So here we have not mentioned it particularly. Any loan which is given for a period for less than 1.25 years, means like 15 months. So any loan which is given for a duration of less than 15 months, it is categorized as short-term loan. Any loan which is given for a time greater than 15 months to 5 years, it is called as medium-term loan. And any loan given for a time period of more than 5 years is called as term loan. For general purposes, you should keep it remember that 15 months पेक्षा जर कमी असेल, 15 महिन्यापेक्षा जर लोन कमी असेल, तर it is called as short-term loan. And if the loan is more than that, it is called as term loan. So banks give term loans. Bank काय करतात, दीर्घ काळासाठीचे कर्ज देत असतात. What are these term loans given for? They are given for agricultural purposes. For example, if you want to construct a well into your farm, किंवा तुम्हाला तुमची नवीन शेती घ्यायची असेल, for that you apply for a loan. if you want to buy a house, or if you want to construct a house, if you buy a plot, if you buy a flat. So it is housing loan. Depending on your age and your income, it is the longest period that is given a loan for is the housing sector. In some cases, it could be 30 years also. Means the duration of repayment of the loan could be 30 years. Car loans are generally given for a maximum period of 7 years. Educational loans are given again for a maximum period of 5 years post the completion of the education of the child. Agriculture needs both long-term loans as well as short-term loans. For example, in short-term loans, तुम्हाला माहीत असेल किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड नावाची लोन असतात. दरवर्षी आपले आईवडील काय करतात, सोसायटीत जाऊन कर्ज जुनं नवं करत असतात. ते जुनं नवं करणं म्हणजेच काय, इट इज किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड त्याला म्हटलं जातं. किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड ही अटल बिहारी वाजपेयींच्या काळात सुरू झालेली योजना होती, किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड. सो किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड्स और किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड अकाउंट्स आर यूज्ड by farmers for accessing short-term no collateral loans, because they have provided, we can't call them no collateral, but you have provided that collateral only once. तुम्हाला फक्त एकदाच तुमच्या जमिनीचा सातबारा नेऊन द्यायचा असतो, त्यानंतर ते जुनं नवं करत तुम्हाला ते ठेवता येतं. सेकंड लोन्स आर बिझनेसमॅन ऑल्सो नीड short-term loans. So short-term loans again are given as loans for working capital to the businessman. Third type of loan is overdraft on credit card or current accounts. I have already explained to you when explaining the current accounts that because generally the saving accounts you are equipped with debit cards. What do you mean by debit card? Only that much amount is debited from your account which is available in your account. But if the amount that you want to withdraw is more than that, so the banks don't allow you. So this is called as saving account or debit account. But in case of current accounts, the each customer, depending on his credit history, is provided with a facility by the bank that he can withdraw a particular sum of money, much more than the savings or more than the deposits into his account. एखाद्याच्या करंट अकाउंट बिझनेसमधला 1,00,000 रुपये त्यांनी समजा 1,10,000चा चेक दिला. बँकेला माहिती आहे की याच्या अकाउंटला नेहमीच पैसे येत जात राहतात. बँक काय करते, तुमची 1,10,000चा चेकसुद्धा डिसऑनर न करता 10,000 रुपये तुम्हाला कर्जाऊ दिले असं दाखवते आणि तुमचा चेक पास करते. उद्या जेव्हा तुमच्या अकाउंटमध्ये पैसे येतात तेव्हा बँक आपले पैसे घेऊन टाकते. सच फॅसिलिटी इज कॉल्ड ॲज ओव्हरड्राफ्ट account. It is the facility provided on current account. Such facility is being provided on saving accounts also. So this facility these days is called as credit cards. Now fourth, cash credit. Cash credit is a pre-sanctioned loan. Cash credit, काय असतं की बँका तुम्हाला जेव्हा तुम्ही अशा प्रकारचे अकाउंट उघडता, आजकाल जर तुम्ही करंट अकाउंट उघडता तर तुमचं किती तुम्हाला लोन मिळू शकतं ते एकदाच तुमच्या नावाचं जी तुमची हिस्ट्री बघून, क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री बघून 1,00,000 2,00,000 अशा प्रकारचे अमाऊंट ठरवून देते की इतकं कर्ज तुम्हाला कधी लागेल तेव्हा बँक देईल. आणि मग जेव्हा तुम्ही बँकेकडे जाता, एखादा चेक पाठवता, त्यावेळेस तुमचा चेक ऑनर केला जातो, तुम्हाला एक प्रकारचं कॅश क्रेडिट दिलं जातं. नंतर जेव्हा तुमच्या अकाउंटला पैसे येतात तेव्हा बँक आपोआप ते पैसे वळते करून घेते. सो दिस इज अ प्री सँक्शन्ड लोन. सो most of the times the housing loans are also cash credit loans. त्यात काही काय होतं की तुम्हाला 10 लाखाचं लोन सँक्शन केलेलं आहे, तर मग तुम्ही जसं लागेल तसं तुम्ही तुमचे चेक इश्यू करत जायचे. तुमच्या अकाउंटला 10 लाख आहेत असं गृहीत धरून बँक काय करते ते तुम्हाला ट्रीट करत जाते. गरज नाही की तुम्ही 10 लाख एकाच दिवशी उचलले पाहिजे. तुम्ही जसं लागेल तसे पैसे वापरू शकता. दिस इज कॅश क्रेडिट ऑर प्री सँक्शन लोन. Number 5 is purchasing and discounting of bills. You must have learned that many business transactions are carried out using bills of exchange. So bills of exchange, we have a separate chapter on bills of exchange in our second term. But for time being, bills of exchange are the contracts between the buyers and sellers. Sometimes the wholesaler gives credit to the retailer and retailer gets the money. पण रिटेलरकडून तो काय करतो, जो होलसेलर असतो तो एक बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज किंवा एक प्रॉमिसरी नोट लिहून घेतो की 1 महिन्यानंतर इतके पैसे मी तुम्हाला देणं लागतो आणि त्याच्यावर त्या रिटेलरची सही असते. म्हणजे ते काय असतं, बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज असतं. आता त्या बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज कुणाला मिळालेलं आहे, होलसेलरला मिळालेलं आहे. त्याच्यावर स्वाक्षरी कोणाची सिग्नेचर आहे कोण पैसे देणार आहे त्याची, तर रिटेलर पैसे देणार, कुणाला देणार आहे, होलसेलरला देणार आहे. मग जर 1 महिन्याच्या आतच होलसेलरला पैशांची गरज लागली, फॉर एक्झाम्पल आफ्टर 15 डेज, आता ह्याच्यामध्ये काही व्याजदर ठरलेला असतो. समजा 1 महिन्यानंतर 10 लाख रुपये देणार असेल आणि त्या 10 लाखामध्ये एका महिन्यानंतर 1,000 रुपये आणखी व्याजापोटी देणार असेल, मात्र आता 15 दिवसानंतरच म्हणजे गरज पडलेली होलसेलरला, मग होलसेलर काय करतो, स्वतःच्या बँकेकडे जातो आणि त्या बँकेला सांगतो की तो जो रिटेलर आहे तो मला 1 महिन्याने पैसे देणार आहे, तर ते पैसे तुम्ही घ्या, याच्या बदल्यात या प्रॉमिसरी नोट बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंजच्या बदल्यात मला काहीतरी पैसे द्या. सो इन सच केसेस व्हॉट हॅपन्स, बँक डिस्काउंट्स द बिल. व्हॉट डू यू मीन बाय डिस्काउंट्स? आता मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की काय होतं की 1 लाख रुपयांना एका महिन्यानंतर 1,000 रुपये व्याज देण्याची ठरलेलं होतं. आता 15 दिवसानंतरच गेला आहे, म्हणजे 15 दिवसानंतरचं व्याज किती झालं, 500 रुपये. मग आता तो जो होलसेलर आहे त्याला बँकेने देताना किती रुपये दिले पाहिजे, 1,05,000 रुपये दिले पाहिजे, आणि मग 1 महिना पूर्ण झाल्यानंतर बँकेला किती मिळते, 1,01,000 रुपये मिळते. मात्र आता काय होतं की बँक काय करते, त्याला 1,05,000 रुपये न देता 1,03,000 रुपये देते किंवा 1,04,000 रुपये देते. आता हे जे 100-200 रुपये गेलेले आहेत, हे कुणाला डिस्काउंट मिळालेलं आहे, द डिस्काउंट गोज टू द बँक. बँक काय करते, मी तुमचा माल विकत घेते, म्हणजे तुमचं जे प्रॉमिसरी बिल आहे ते मी ॲक्सेप्ट करते, पण त्याच्यात माझा फायदा काय, तर मग हा माझा फायदा म्हणजे काय, हे जे डिस्काउंट दिलेलं आहे कोणी, होलसेलरने, जो ओनर ऑफ द इन्स्ट्रुमेंट, फायनान्शियल इन्स्ट्रुमेंट, तर त्यांनी जे डिस्काउंट दिलेलं आहे बँकेला, तर ह्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, डिस्काउंटिंग. बँक्स काय करतात, बँक्स परचेस द बिल्स बट ऑन डिस्काउंटिंग. मग हे परचेस पण करणे आणि परचेस करताना डिस्काउंटिंग करणे. तर अशा 5 मार्गाने बँका काय करत असतात, लोन्स देत असतात.